So after an entire day of traveling, I landed in Rio de Janeiro, and to be honest, I wasn't expecting it to look like this, but you know, TV has a way of glamorizing places, and I expected all the glitz and glam, but during my 10-day stay, I completely fell in love with Rio de Janeiro, and you'll see why. So I arrived at my hotel, which was Hotel Villa Gala, which was really cute and quaint. And although I was totally exhausted, I had to get ready for the group dinner, so I filmed a little room tour and then I got ready for the night. So I'm here in my room. I'm about to go have the first dinner with the OneLoveTravel.Club group. I get to meet all of the women and possibly some men. I'm not sure, but I think it's all women. Don't quote me. But anyways, I get to meet all of them and just mingle and eat some good Brazilian food. I cannot wait. So I will be taking pictures, possibly video of my food because I'm a foodie and I can't help it. I love food, and I had some Brazilian food earlier today, and that beef stew was so bomb. So I can't wait to share my experience with y'all. Bye. So at the dinner, we got to look at our itinerary, which was completely full, so I got really excited, and I ate some amazing duck with some potatoes. It was really good.
West side, in the northeast side, do you know that Rio de Janeiro, all the east side is occupied by the Guanabara Bay? So almost everyone landed in the international airport.
Day 2 was volunteer day, and on our way to our location, we were able to learn more about the favelas and how they came about, which was a really interesting story. And when we finally got to our destination, we learned that we'd be helping to restore a library for kids in Rio. So we were really excited to do that and excited to contribute to such a great cause.
And our library, that's the G.R.E.S Angelica group. It was founded by her and her husband and her son. Her son still works today, helping to keep good the condition of the books, and also you're gonna visit, keep you for a short tour before you start to work hard.
As a group, we painted the outside and the inside of the entire library, and alongside of us was a group of local Brazilians who were also English students, so they spoke a little bit of English and taught us a little bit about the area and about Rio. After some hard work, we were able to take a break and indulge in some home-cooked Brazilian food, which in my opinion was the best food that I had in Rio. Now, caipirinhas were a big part of this trip, and while I was out in Rio, of course, I took full advantage of the traditional Brazilian cocktail made of fresh fruit, sugar, and cachaça, which is a very good and locally sourced distilled alcohol derived from sugarcane. And I'm no alcoholic, but they were dangerously delicious. The nightlife in Rio, in my experience, was very friendly, celebratory, and just really just free-flowing with no drama, and I love that. Day 3 in Rio, we first arrived here at the Museum of Tomorrow, which is fairly new, and it's located next to the waterfront of the Pier of Meua. I might be saying that wrong, but forgive me if I am. We didn't go inside, but it was so beautiful in person, and we were able to explore the area around it. Near the pier was one of the world's largest street murals, which was painted for the 2016 Olympics, and it features 5 indigenous people from Asia, Europe, Africa, and Australia. And the art was just absolutely stunning and breathtaking and so vivid and so ginormous. You absolutely have to pass this whenever you visit Rio. I couldn't even capture all of it because it was just so large and so beautiful. And on our way to lunch, you can see that nearly every wall and building has some type of art on it, which I loved because every moment was just picture perfect to me. It was beautiful, vivid, very artsy. For lunch, we ate at Casa Omalocum to eat some amazing Afro-Brazilian food where we were greeted by a few monkeys on the power lines. But the food was amazing and it just reminded me a lot of the red beans and rice that we have here in the South, which was interesting. Day 4, me and Shantae of Shantae's Way here on YouTube and on Instagram, we did a natural hair workshop and we shared some of our natural hair tips and our wash day routine. That day was also a free day and we chose to go to Copacabana Beach after the workshop, and I hadn't been to a beach since I was 16, so I was really stoked to be on a beach and to be able to have that experience. Now, remember when I told you caipirinhas were a major role in this trip? So let me show you how it's done one more time. This time, it's a passion fruit caipirinha and it's made fresh. And as you can see, they even hand blend it, which is something I can definitely appreciate. In Rio, you'll run into countless amounts of talented young artists and vendors such as this young man. His work was pretty impressive.
How do you say beautiful? I forgot. Bonita. Bonita. Yeah,
G.R.E.S was designed by the Brazilian man and together with a French designer after also, okay, architecture. So since the 31, we have this monument that is represent all the city of Rio de Janeiro. So the Christ is always with open arms receiving everybody that arrive here in Rio. And of course, to say, be my guest, this is my city, we are happy.
After about a 30-minute drive up Corcovado Mountain, we finally got to lay our eyes on the 98-foot statue, Christ the Redeemer, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. The view was just breathtakingly beautiful, and I can say with confidence that this was definitely one of the highlights of the trip. And after, we took a nice little hike in the Tijuca forest, which we saw a few monkeys and waterfalls and some stunning views. And after hiking, we went to Sugarloaf Mountain via cable car, which was definitely a brave move for me, being that I'm afraid of heights, especially being crammed in a cable car with around 60 people in each one. But I'm glad that I was able to experience that and just experience the views, which were absolutely beautiful. Day 6. This marks the day where I believe I officially overcame my fear of heights. And you'll see why. This is the very activity on the itinerary I told myself and everyone else that I would not do for sure, but I was wrong. This is nuts. I can't believe this.
So I will prepare you.
Sweetie, this is your helmet, okay?
Okay.
I'll just myself and come back.
As slow as you can for 4. Hold it.
This can't fit over my hair.
Get out of your head.
Ready? Look at those eyes. No jumping, just run. 1, 2, 3, and run, sweetie, run.
The moment my feet left the edge of that ramp, my heart dropped slightly, but more so because I couldn't believe myself. I was so proud of myself for doing something so daring and outside of my comfort zone. The experience was a very smooth glide, maybe 9 minutes or so down to a beach that we landed on. So I did it. I didn't think I was gonna do it, but I did it. I just hang glided off of there and onto this beautiful beach. I'm so happy. If y'all didn't know, I'm afraid of heights, so I'm very proud of myself. Oh my God, that is a giant, I'm going by it. It's huge, look at this. That wave is huge. It's so pretty. What, the wave? Yeah. But it's so pretty out here, oh my God. I could live here. That's what I keep telling myself. Day 8, we took a tour of Lapa, which was the area that we're staying in, and we also visited this stunning cathedral, which is the Cathedral of Rio de Janeiro, which has a standing capacity of 20,000 people.
And he just got in love with the city, like me when I get back. And of course, he found a Brazilian girlfriend. And have you been to Barcelona? Yes. So, but there is a famous artist, Gaudí, that made the park well, that's also full of tiles. And the unique color that Gaudí never used is the red one. So, on the end of the 80s, he rented an apartment along the steps that was really dilapidated and bad condition. And he said, okay, I'm gonna do this for my neighbors because I love Brazil, I love how they receive me. And he started to decorate those steps. Initially with the Brazilian color flag on the central part, and then to be something unique, something just that make his mark, like I'm G.R.E.S Selaron, he chose the red because the unique color that Gaudí never used. And then he started to ask for all the friends around the world and for all the tourists to bring some tiles to him. So today we have 225 steps with more than 2,000 tiles from over 65 countries in the world. So it's something amazing that's become famous just after Snoop Dogg and Pharrell.
Yeah.
What song?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's
That's why I wanted to come to.
After visiting the stairs, we paid a visit to a traditional Samba school where we learned the history of Samba, we played Samba instruments, and even learned how to Samba. experience in Rio was one that was unforgettable, and I feel like I will always have a piece of Rio in my heart, and I'm happy that I was able to contribute to giving back, and so I think that Rio will always have a piece of me. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my experience in Rio de Janeiro. In the comments, comment down below, where's your next international destination? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Peace.